requirements. All of you. Those of you who haven't completed yet, you can take the screenshot. Taken.
Yes, sir.
Then take this.
Done, sir.
Taken. All of you.
Yes, sir.
This
Yes.
is the last section.
Done, sir.
Okay. So simply just like do these requirements without seeing the solution. And once you are done, after that, check your answers with this solution. Okay. You should be able to do it right now without any problem. Because like the approach is similar, the formulas are similar. Okay. Just third octave, fourth octave, this is what exactly you are having the changes, nothing else. Okay. Anyways, right now we are discussing about iOS. What exactly is iOS? First of all, it is a command line interface, that is your CLI, okay, which is basically used in order to configure our Cisco routers and switches. In simple words, it is the operating system, it is the OS of your Cisco router and switches. Okay. When you try to configure any routers or Cisco switches, this is when exactly you will be configuring all these devices using this operating system, which is running on all these routers and switches. Okay, this is the iOS. Just think of it like your Windows operating system. All of us, we are having our like what our laptop, desktop machines. We are using Windows operating system like Windows 10. Okay, whenever we are doing any work, always we need an operating system on our devices to work. It's like in a smartphone, you're having Android. Okay, similar like this is the operating system of your Cisco router and switches. It's called iOS. Now this iOS basically stands for Inter-Network Operating System. Inter-Network Operating System. Okay, and all these devices, what we are having like Cisco routers and switches, these are basically configured with this iOS. Okay, iOS gives you command line, means you have to type commands. You have to type commands in order to do your work on those devices. Okay, without typing commands, you cannot. So, what exactly iOS is providing you, that is a mechanism by which you can configure layer 2 means your switching function, switching, switching technologies. Okay, switching technologies and layer 3 function, which is basically routing technologies. Okay, routing technologies. This is what exactly iOS is giving you. Okay, the mechanism by which you can configure all these layer 2 and layer 3 functions. Okay, layer 2 means switching, and layer 3 means routing. Okay, so when we discuss about iOS, it is important to discuss about the modes of iOS as well, because in these modes you will be doing your configurations. Okay, so first mode we are having, that is called user exec mode. The second mode is called privilege exec. The third mode is called global configuration mode. There are several sub-configuration modes also exist, and there is your interface configuration mode, line configuration mode, router configuration mode. All this sub-configuration mode is coming from global configuration mode. That is why you are seeing configuration word is mentioned everywhere, because these are part of this global configuration mode. These are called sub-configuration modes. All these modes always is represented using symbols. This is your symbol. Okay, like this greater than sign, which represents user exit mode in iOS. Like this hash symbol, which is representing privilege exit mode in iOS. Like this symbol, which is config hash, it is representing global configuration mode. This config -e hash, interface configuration, config-line hash, that is your line configuration mode. Config-router hash, that is your router configuration mode. All these are basically different modes which is getting represented using different symbols. We have to identify each and every single modes using these symbols. Whenever you are in this mode, that is your router configuration mode, you have to identify it like this. Okay. Because in the iOS, you will not be seeing the name of the node, but only the symbol will be displayed. So it is important to identify each and every symbol which is representing a particular mode in iOS. Now, since we are talking about typing commands, means every single work what you do in iOS, it is by typing commands. So this is the command what exactly we are using to go from user exec to privilege exec. This is the enable command. Okay. You type this command, you go from user exec to privilege exec. Then you type this command configure terminal, then you go from privilege exec to global configuration mode. Okay. This is the commands by which exactly you can move from one mode to another mode. Enable command is used to move from user exec to privilege exec mode. Configure terminal command is used to move from privilege exec to global configuration mode. Always remember that this particular two modes, what we are having, this user exec and privilege exec, always it is used for verification purposes. These two modes. 90% of the verification you cannot do in user exec mode. Okay, because it's not available. Those commands, what is related to the verification, it is not supported in user exec mode. But if you want to do 100% of verification, this is when exactly this mode is there. This mode supports 100% verification. Okay, not every single command is supported in every mode. Okay, the commands what we use to configure our routers and switches, these are mode specific. Means when you are in a certain mode, then you can do this. When you are not in that mode, you cannot do that. So 90% of the verification you can simply do it. Okay, or 100% of the verification you can do it directly from privilege mode. Whereas only 10% verification you can do from the user exec mode, because 90% is not supported out here. This is what you are getting the benefit, okay, of using privilege mode, 100%. That is the reason we also call it administrator mode as well, because you can do all the 100% verification over here. It is also called as enable mode as well, because we are using enable command to go to this mode. So every single time when we are moving from one mode to another mode, always we're using these commands like enable, configure terminal, always. But if we want to go back, let's say that you are in this mode, you are in this particular config mode, and you want to go back to the privilege mode over here, then this command is there, exit command. Always it will take you step by step backwards. Step by step backward means if you are already in this mode, you want to go to the privilege mode, then you type exit command, exit, and you basically move back to the previous mode. You say exit command over here, Then you move back to the previous mode, which is user exit mode. Always step by step backwards. Okay, you are moving, but there is a command called end command, which directly takes you from any configuration mode to privilege mode. Means, suppose let's say that you are in this mode, in the config router, this is your router configuration mode, and you say end command over here. So this end command, it is taking you directly from this mode to this mode, the privilege mode. Skipping the global configuration mode. This mode is skipped. Okay. And command always is used to go to privilege mode. Normally what happens when you are using exit command, you can also use exit command to go back over here. But when you are using exit command, if you give exit over here, then you go back to the privilege mode, to the previous mode, that is your global configuration mode. In this mode, again you have to give exit, and you go back to this particular mode. Two times you have to give exit. But if you directly want to go from this config router mode to the privilege mode, then you can simply just give end command. End command directly takes you to this particular mode, skipping this mode. Okay, so this mode you will not be getting it. This is the only exception what we are having. Okay, when it comes to like what moving from one mode to another mode, skipping another mode, this is one exactly this end command is coming, but it is acceptable only for privilege. From any configuration or sub-configuration modes, if you want to go directly to your privilege mode, then this command exactly takes you to that mode. Okay, so how many modes we have total in iOS? Three
Three
main
modes.
modes.
Three more:
Email
First
modes.
mode is called
user
User.
mode, privilege mode, and global.
No.
user exec mode. Okay. User exec, privilege exec, and
Global
global
configuration.
Global configuration,
configuration. And what are the
Interface
sub-configuration modes?
configuration mode.
interface,
Line.
Modes,
line
Router.
configuration, and
Router.
router configuration.
All these modes are represented using symbols. So user exec mode symbol is what?
Greater than.
Greater than. Privilege exec mode symbol is
Hash.
hash. And global configuration mode symbol is
Configuration.
config hash. Then sub-configuration mode symbol is
Config dash if.
Hash.
if.
Config. Yes.
Then line
Config
configuration
line hash.
Config line.
And then config router hash.
config router hash. And which command we are using to do?
Exit command.
Exit command, right? Step by step backwards.
Yes.
And end command we are using it for
So moving back to privilege mode from any configuration.
and any configuration modes. Okay. So take a screenshot of this. Taken.
Wait,
Done.
wait.
Finished.
Yeah, done, sir.
All of you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, done, sir.
Now what exactly I want you to do is draw this topology. This is the network topology what we are going to be configuring. Okay, this is your basic configuration on routers we are doing it today. I want you to draw this topology, everyone. This is all these addresses. Right now you are getting it, right? The /24 and all these things, first village host, last village host.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm not using any subnetting, okay? This is /24. This is a class C. Everywhere it is used. And this is your valid host range. First valid host to last valid host, we have this range available. These are the IP addresses what we are providing. This is your 100.2, 100.3, that is your Actual address is 192.168.100.2, 192.168.100.3, 192.168.100.4, like that. Okay, short form is this. So how many routers we are having total?
Four router,
Three
two routers.
routers. Three
One,
routers.
Three routers.
Three routers, right?
Three
What is
routers.
the name of the router?
Gateway 1, router 1, gateway 2.
Gateway 2. How many switches we have?
Two switches are here.
What is the name
Two,
of the
sir.
switch?
Switch 3 and switch 1.
Switch 3 and switch 4.
Switch 1.
4.
This one.
Okay.
How many systems we have? How many laptops?
3.
One
One
laptop.
laptop. How many
One
desktops?
Two
One
PC.
laptop and 2 desktop.
Two desktops. How many servers we have?
2
Two
servers.
Two servers.
Server 1 and
Two.
server 2.
Server 2.
What is the network ID of LAN number
It is
1?
192.168.100.100.
100/0/24. LAN number 2 network ID.
192.168.101.0.
Similarly, LAN number 3 network ID
192.168.102.0.
and LAN number 4.
192.168.103.0.
103.0.
3.
Right. So this, can you see this? All this? These are basically what?
Interface.
Number.
Interface. Okay, or ports. Okay. We call these ports of routers or switches as interface. Okay. So interface numbers always like it is written like this. Okay. FS0/0. FA means what? Fast Ethernet. Fast Ethernet. Okay. And this fast Ethernet ports are basically giving you a speed of how much? 100 Mbps. Okay. You are getting the speed. How much? 100 Mbps. 100 Mbps means what?
Megabits per
100
second.
megabits per second. Means these ports can send or receive information maximum up to 100 MB per second. So FS0/0 port is connected to which LAN?
LAN number 1.
LAN 1 and 2.
FS0/1 is connected to which LAN?
LAN 2.
LAN 1 and 2.
LAN 2, right? Similarly, FS0/1 is connected to which
LAN 2.
LAN 2.
FS0/0 is connected to which LAN?
LAN 3.
LAN 3.
FS0/0 is connected to which LAN?
LAN 3.
FS0/1
LAN 4.
4.
LAN 4. Draw this topology and note down all the informations properly. We are going to be configuring all these three routers right now. And before doing the configuration, let me give you the configuration file. Just hold on. Okay, so these are basically coming as basic router configurations. Take the screenshot.
Done, sir.
Done?
Yes, sir. Done, sir. Yeah,
This is the last section.
Done, sir.
Done, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, draw this topology and note down the IP addresses properly. You have around 10 minutes of time to complete this.